Durian Ecolodge in Tampin, Malaysia is located about an hour's drive north of Melaka and offers you the rare opportunity to experience staying on a farm. But maybe not in the way you might imagine. Are you expecting to see cows or sheep grazing on miles and miles of green pastures? Well, no. You only get ducks and geese here, enclosed in a mini zoo, and a couple of resident cats. Are you expecting to explore vast orchards full of trees or plants bearing delicious, ripe fruit that you can just pluck and bite into freely? Well, no. There are trees bearing fruit, but you're not allowed to pluck them. Are you expecting to tuck into a hearty meal prepared with fresh produce harvested directly from the farm itself? Well, again, no. Breakfast and tea are provided, but you only get to choose from the selection you see here on this menu, none of which is grown or harvested from the farm itself. And this being Durian Ecolodge, are you expecting a durian feast fit for a king? Well, maybe if you happen to be there during the durian season. We weren't, so once again, that's a no, at least for us. But having said all that, is it still worth staying at Durian Ecolodge? Well, yes. If you hail from a country like the US or Australia or any country really that has miles and miles of green rolling fields and a cool temperate climate, then Durian Ecolodge probably isn't for you. Because when it comes to staying on a farm, you've probably been there and done that. But if you're from a country like mine, Singapore, where most of us ordinary folk live in high-rise public housing flats, or you've been a city boy or gal your whole life, then Durian Ecolodge offers you a unique experience that you wouldn't normally get without spending hundreds or thousands on an air ticket to the likes of the US or Australia. A one-night stay in what is probably the biggest and bestest room at the Durian Ecolodge, the suite with mountain view, aka Pyramid Suite, will set you back about 400 Malaysian Ringgit or just slightly north of 120 Singapore dollars based on the exchange rate at the time of filming this video. So what do you get in return for shelling out close to half a thousand ringgit per night? Let's talk about that Pyramid Suite first. It is indeed shaped like a pyramid from the front, but in reality is more like a tent when you look at it from another angle. I mean, a pyramid does have 4 sloping sides, technically, and this one only has 2. Inside the suite itself is a rather simple and sparse looking interior. On the first floor, there are 2 here. You have a small seating area by the door with a table and 3 chairs. On the other corner is a queen-size mattress on the floor. There is a TV as well, but it's really small, so we didn't even bother to turn it on. Finally, the bathroom is located on the first floor and, well, let's just say it's in keeping with the simple and sparse theme of this suite. To get to the second floor, you climb up this ladder over here, poke your head through the hole in the ceiling, and you'll find 2 single mattresses and not much else. The best part of the Pyramid Suite? Probably the air conditioning. It was powerful and kept the room nice and cool, a welcome respite from the always warm and humid weather in this region. Outside of the suite itself, there is a balcony, if you can call it that, where you can stand and admire the view like so. After all, it is supposed to be the suite with mountain view, so here's the view. If you drive, parking here is free, but don't expect a proper car park. Just slot your car into any empty space that you can find between the trees and plants. And of course, there's no shade. That's it for the Pyramid Suite. It's not much, but it's, I guess I want to say, livable, adequate, bearable. But the truth is, you shouldn't really be expecting posh accommodation at the Durian Ecolodge or any other farm stay for that matter. After all, you're here to experience what it's like to stay on a farm, and so it's best to embrace that raw experience in its entirety. Otherwise, what's the point, right? On that note, let's explore the farm. Other than the Pyramid Suite, you can also choose to stay in one of the many caravans all over the farm. In keeping with the durian theme, they all have durian names like Blackthorn and Raja Kunyit. Fruit trees are scattered all over the farm as well. You can do a bit of exploration to find out what trees there are. The farm really isn't that big, so you're not going to get lost. Or you can refer to this handy signboard near the entrance. We chose to explore and discovered a mango tree, a jackfruit tree, a longan tree, and of course, a durian tree. It's Durian Ecolodge. It would be weird if there were no durian trees. But this being a farm stay, it would have been nice if they allowed us to harvest our own fruits, but too bad you're not allowed to. and signs are everywhere explicitly stating that it's forbidden, and there is a penalty if you're caught. Durian Ecolodge is built on slightly elevated ground, so the view is somewhat decent. But for an even better view, there is an observation tower near the back of the farm. A short climb to the top and you get a nice view all around. You can see the road in the distance and beyond that, rolling hills and plantations. From the tower, you can also catch a glimpse of the pyramid suite from the back, as well as the swimming pool. Speaking of the pool, here it is. It's rather small and not very deep, only about 1 meter in depth or even less if I recall. It's more suited for children and there's not much more to it. Barbecue pits are available on the farm, but we were told that they're not included in our room rate. So, if you want a barbecue, you need to pay an additional 60 ringgit to rent a pit. Also, the farm doesn't provide or sell any food to barbecue, so you'll have to buy your own food from elsewhere. The Ecolodge Hall, which is next to the reception where you check in upon arrival, is where you'll find a bit of entertainment to pass your time. The options here include a foosball table, carom, power hockey, and even karaoke. For children, there was mini archery, mini basketball, and a mini playground. But none of that could hold a candle to arguably the best entertainment here, riding an ATV. Unlike the barbecue pit, it's included in our room package. It was pretty fun riding the ATV around the farm. The total time taken to circle the entire farm on the ATV was about 5 minutes or thereabouts, which should give you an idea of its size. You can go for a second or third ATV ride if you like it that much, but you'll have to pay. Only the first round's free. Durian Ecolodge serves refreshments for tea time as well as breakfast. For tea time, 3 types of fruit were provided: guava, dragon fruit, and passion fruit, although I'd imagine this selection would vary depending on when you're there. Biscuits and bread were also available with butter, jam, and peanut butter to go along. Beverages included instant Milo, instant coffees, and instant teas. Breakfast consists of local food like fried bihun as well as nasi lemak and soft-boiled eggs. Simple but also delicious. Just don't expect a feast here and you'll be alright. You won't go hungry. No French durians were available to our great disappointment. Apparently, we happened to be there just when durians weren't in season. Frozen durians were available though, and the prices are this much as you can see on this side. But obviously we passed because better to eat fresh, right? Like I mentioned in our Berjaya Hills travel vlog, there's no restaurant at Durian Ecolodge, so for lunch or dinner, you'll have to drive about 15 minutes to the nearest town, Tampin, for some proper food and to pick up some groceries and supplies if, for example, you want to have a barbecue. It is quiet and peaceful at Durian Ecolodge. Being almost completely surrounded by nature is certainly an experience that you don't get every day, especially for people like us who spend all of our lives in urban areas. Would we recommend it? If you enjoy nature and you want to take it slow and easy and disconnect from the hustle and bustle of city life in a quiet, peaceful environment with lush greenery all around you, but importantly, don't want to overspend, then this could be for you. On the other hand, if you've already been spoiled by farmstay experiences overseas in the likes of the US or Australia or even Europe, then I'd imagine there isn't much here that would excite you. Hope that helps in some way. With that, thanks for watching this video and sticking around till the end. I appreciate you. Catch you in the next video. See you soon.